I just got this brand new laser engraver from AlgoLaser. It's called a DIY Kit MK2. And today I'm going to try to learn how to use it. I am brand new. I've never had a laser engraver before, and I've always been curious about what it could do for my Leathercraft. So today we're going to run some tests. I'm going to show you an overview of how I learned to use it, some of the programs that you need to actually run the laser engraver. I'll show you a couple tips and tricks to make engraving on leather a little easier. And I'm going to do a practice test. So I have 3 card holders that I'm going to craft and mark up using the laser engraver. So let's get to it. Let's start by taking a look at the MK2. I have the 10-watt diode laser model, and there are also 5-watt and 20-watt models available. It has a fully touchscreen display, is very easy to put together, and comes with some nice test materials. It's a solid all-metal construction with a nice red and black color scheme that I enjoy, and has many convenient features such as multiple ports, and good safety features such as a lock and an emergency stop button. Now here's a tip for printing with leather. Leather likes to buckle, and it might hit the laser causing it to move mid-print. So if you use a metal honeycomb print bed, you can use these small magnets here to stick down the edges. Now there are a couple ways to print with the MK2. The module comes with built-in memory, so you can actually save files directly onto the machine and engrave from there. And the controls are fairly intuitive, so it's easy for me to understand as a beginner. What's also really cool is there's a companion app that you can use to print directly from your phone. You can upload files, drag and drop them to the location you want them, fiddle with all the etching specifications, and control entirely from your mobile device. Those are some quick and easy ways to get familiar with the laser engraver. Now let's take a look at a dedicated laser engraving software. Okay, so here we are on LightBurn. This is version 1.6.03 as of the recording of this video, and I have a 30-day free trial, which you can download yourself just to see if you like this program. There is a free laser engraving plotting program called Laser Gerbil, but as someone put it, it's like comparing Microsoft Paint to Photoshop. Just not the same. LightBurn's much better. So when you download LightBurn, it's going to ask you to add your laser printer, which you'll do so by connecting it with the wire that comes with the AlgoLaser to your computer and connect it. Next, it's going to ask you to select a print bed that most closely resembles the size of the laser engraver you have. And then I'll go over a few basic tools here. So you can upload a file here, or as I'm just going to do, I'm going to drag and drop an image there. So here is my logo. I'm going to move it to the center, and you can manipulate it. Make it smaller or bigger. You can turn it if needed, or you can stretch it out. Everything you'd expect to be able to do. We're going to shrink this down a little bit, move it in the center, and zoom in. Now where it is in relation to the rest of the print bed is where it's going to print out when you press play over here. This is the laser control panel. You can start, stop, or pause your project depending on what you need. Now you can also frame your project, which helps you see where the image is going to be traced on your piece of leather so that you can make sure you've adequately placed it on the print bed. Next, you're going to see up here this cuts and layers section. This is one image. This image is colored black. Now, one thing I can do here, I will upload a secondary image and say I wanted this topography image to be printed and have my logo printed over top of it. Now, right now you can see they're both black. They're both considered one layer, and LightBurn is going to tell the engraver to engrave both of these at the exact same time. What I can do instead is I can highlight this and make it a different color. So let's say I make it red. And if I wanted to print this first and then print my logo over it, I can slide this up. Another thing I can do is I can make sure that the mode fits what I want. So this is going to be a line. So I want that to be on line mode just as it is. And I want this nighthead to be fill, just like it's set to. That means everything in between these lines is going to be filled in with a solid layer. So another thing I can do here is go to my speed and power. You can toggle those here, the speed, millimeters per second, and the maximum power that you want the laser to output. You could also change the number of passes the laser makes. Now, I could tell you what you might want to set these to, But I'm using natural vegetable tan. You might be using something else, and maybe different types or finishes of vegetable tan or other leathers are going to act differently with the laser. So I encourage you to just set aside some leather dedicated to try and just mess around with these numbers, see what works. Another thing you can do is toggle these here to tell the machine what to print and what to skip if you wanted to for some reason. There's also a few other functions over here on the left sidebar. You can add text to your image here. You can also add different shapes as needed. And if you wanted to make the text a different color as well, you could just click on it here, make it green, say, and that will print after these would. So it's a really flexible program, and I encourage you to play around with it. Now, with that out of the way, I'm going to upload a different image, and we're going to get to printing. So let's do that now. Firstly, everyone, as with everything, make sure you're being safe. These lasers are powerful. Luckily, this DIY kit does come with a pair of protective glasses. But if you don't have any, please make sure to pick some up before you start, because these are powerful lasers and they can seriously damage your eyes if something goes wrong. Which of course means do not look directly at the laser, do not put any part of your body underneath the laser, make sure to only engrave outside or in areas with great airflow, because the engraving process creates lots of fumes and smoke that could be dangerous, and where there's smoke there's fire, so always make sure to keep a fire extinguisher nearby. Okay, so I just finished etching every design and I'm pretty happy with how it looks so far. I've already pre-cut some of these things and I have some things to cut out yet. This one right here, I decided to try and use the machine to do the outline of the pockets that I'm going to be cutting out. I did try to cut out my own pieces here, but as you can see, they are pretty charred. I think I should be able to figure out the settings. We will get to cutting this out now, and we'll get to assembling some of these pieces. So let's do that real quick. Okay, here are the finished card holders. We'll look at these one by one. Honestly, I'm very happy with the way these turned out. You know, I was pretty loose with the construction of them. This is mostly just to test these out, but the lines are bold. They're fairly accurate. I was able to line everything up pretty decently. And it works really well with these bold designs, or maybe you have small logos, writing, fine line details like this. Honestly, they look great. They feel great. There was no smudging. You might be concerned with maybe soot that might smudge. None of that. And yeah, I'm very happy with this. So A+. Aside from the cutting, which I do have to practice with, this is perfect. And I look forward to using this on future designs, and you will be seeing me use this on the channel. So thank you to AlgoLaser for sending out the DIY MK2 for us to try. And if you're interested in picking up a laser yourself, you can get them either from Amazon or directly from AlgoLaser on their website. I have the links below in the description of this video. Just make sure to enter coupon code DIYKitMK2 before purchasing. We'll see you in the next video. Peace. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below. And don't forget to check out the video where I show you how to make 5 new projects that are easier to make than you'd think.